Hello and welcome to July 2025's edition of What the Heck is Going On in the Denver Housing Market. If you're new to my monthly market update series, hello, my name is Torrey Drake. I'm a local Denver real estate agent. I'm going to break down and simplify exactly what is going on in our housing market today. I'm going to show you some numbers and some graphs. So if you dig those types of things, you'll love it. If you're like, I don't like numbers and graphs, just make it simple. Don't worry. I'm going to break down and simplify exactly what these things actually mean. And of course, I am a real estate agent. So I love making videos, but I love helping people buy and sell homes even more. So feel free to reach out if I can do anything to be helpful. My contact information is in the description below. Now, real quick, I'm also going to touch on where our market's likely going to go because July is a big turning point here in Denver every single year. So I'm definitely going to touch on that. So this is July's housing market update. And usually when people are thinking about housing and getting information on it, they want to know, are housing prices up or down and how long are homes taking to sell? Housing prices, despite what the headlines are going to make you think, are actually up by about 1.7%, and homes are selling on average in about 18 days now. Those numbers, I think two things about them. Number one is they show that our housing in Denver here is pretty darn steady. Yes, there's a lot of homes that are doing price adjustments, price reductions, but there's still a lot of homes that are selling over asking price. And so while I think these numbers do a good job showing that our housing market, while it is changing, it is still very steady. It's not like our housing market is tumbling down, struggling severely, even though the headlines want to make it feel that way. So if you're looking to buy or sell a home and you're like, oh my God, the news makes it sound terrifying, the numbers tell a completely different story. Now, that being said, I think these numbers are a little bit skewed because, like I said, a lot of homes here, like the best of the best homes, still sell for over asking price really quickly. So I think these numbers are a little skewed. I would honestly probably say we are, because a lot of homes are selling under asking price, and then some homes are selling above asking price. So we're getting this blend of slight appreciation, which does show once again the steadiness of the market, but it doesn't show the amount of homes that are selling for a little bit below their asking price. So I would probably say, truthfully, we're somewhere probably around no appreciation, no depreciation, no appreciation, just flat pricing. And this number right here, yes, there are once again a lot of homes that sell within 24 hours, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and that's skewing the average. I would probably say the average is probably around 30 to 45 days if you do not have like one of those homes that's just going to sell immediately, right? Super desirable, maybe top to bottom remodel. If you have more like what might be considered an average home, still very special, I know, don't hate me, but it's more of like a typical home, probably going to be in that 25 to 45 days to sell, which is totally fine. The amount of listings we saw last month in June dropped by a good amount. And the reason that is there's been enough headlines out there to scare sellers out of the market. So if sellers can wait, they probably are going to wait. So there's not as many homes hitting the market. And pending sales, which is buyers writing offers, only went down by less than 2%, which once again shows that our housing market is steady. All the headlines are talking about how many homes we have for sale, how many homes we have for sale. They're not really talking about the demand because that's not as sexy of a story because our demand is pretty steady. A little bit down, but pretty flat. So yes, we have more inventory. We do have more homes for sale, but it's so important to also mention we have the demand to meet that increase in supply. So the long story short here is if you are looking to sell a home, yes, it is not as good as the time to sell as it's been the past few years. And that is okay. Thank goodness our market changed. Could you imagine if every single home, every single weekend sold crazy amounts over asking price? That's not healthy or normal. So comparing how this market feels to the past few years isn't really a fair comparison. If you're looking to buy a property, yes, you usually have more negotiation power, but it's also not like it was in 2008, where buyers were just getting homes for crazy amounts under asking price. There is still enough demand out there that sellers don't feel the need to like give away their home or offer more buyers than they reasonably need to. It's really a market where buyers and sellers are coming together. So where do I think our market's going to go? This is where July is a big turning point in our market. We can see new listings. This is homes, new homes hitting the market. We're just going to look at the green bar. This is 10 years of data, and you can see like clockwork, pretty much all of these drops in new homes hitting the market happens pretty much in July, like clockwork. Mid-June, late July, pretty much middle of July, and we can see we're following that same trend right now, where we have less and less new listings. So going into July through December, we're just going to continue to see this number most likely continue to come down. So less new homes hit in the market. The sellers with the best of the best homes, if they can, are going to wait for the spring market. Sellers, that does mean less competition, so that's good. Pending sales, this represents buyers in the market. Same graph, 10 years of data. We're going to look at just the green bar here, and we can see after July, pretty much like clockwork, pending sales drops down to less buyers in the market here after July in Denver. This is Denver specifically. Greater Denver area, I should say. And we can see right here that the demand isn't dropping as aggressively as the new sellers are. We can see sellers here, that line straight down. Pending sales, buyers are holding on a little bit, but overall, we're going to continue to see this number peter down as well. So less buyers, less sellers in the market. But the thing I like about the second half of the year is it's a more serious market. Sellers who are selling in that time of year usually need to sell, and buyers buying at that time of year usually need to buy. So I like work that second half of the year a lot, because the people that are in the market at that time usually are a lot more serious about making something happen. And it's not just buyers testing the market to see, hey, can I get a house $200K below asking price? They're usually more motivated to pay fair market value in a reasonable price. And same with sellers. Usually those sellers aren't thinking like, oh, I'm going to give $200K above my asking price. So there's usually a lot more reasonable parties on both sides second half of the year. Guys, if you have any questions on this, please feel free to let me know. My contact information is below. If you like the content, hit like, hit subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you so much.